I mean, we completely agree that mining is important to every economy, and nobody has said mining shouldn't happen. I think that is one point. But in doing that, in going to mine, as a country, we need to set for ourselves boundaries and limitations. Forest reserves, as you all know, are also essential assets that provides all of us with water, several goods and services. And I can tell you, almost all the water treatment stations in this country take their sources of water from a forest reserve. If we are therefore going to allow for these forest reserves that are providing immense goods and services to be destroyed because we think we need gold that we are already getting from areas outside the forest, but for the bad management of our minerals and the poor governance within the mining and minerals regime, we shouldn't be doing what we are doing to ourselves. We shouldn't be going to critical areas that are also important for Ghana's socio-economic development. And that's why we are saying that if Ghana must mine, that's okay. But we need to be very clear and set clear boundaries and protect social and environmental safeguards because they are also as equally important as the goal that is needed for all the things that you said. So, yes, it's possible to mine in forest reserve, but we need to have boundaries and we need to have limitations. We cannot set a law that only allows 10% of our forest reserves to be protected, while the rest are left naked to the use and utilization and abuse by government officials who want to do mining as they want. And as we have seen, we saw how in the last 8 years of Ghana's development, the mining boom really led to the massive forest destruction and water pollution across the country. So I think as a country, we need to see how we can balance our mining with other socioeconomic needs. You can never replace the forest with tree planting when you have mowed it down for mining. It's never the same. The best you can come to is to establish a plantation. You can never restore a forest, a natural forest, to what it used to be before. And if you listen to His Excellency John Dramani Mahama in one of his speeches during the campaign period, talked about the fact that these trees, these forests, have lived for several years, for generations. And it shouldn't be our time that will sit and watch for them to be destroyed for money that we want for within a 4-year term. I think we need to be thinking more intergenerational and thinking about balancing our socioeconomic development with also not only just the gold, but also with other essential environmental services that the forests and the water bodies provide. So, I mean, nobody stops us from mining, and nobody is saying we shouldn't mine, but we need to do it right. So far, legislations like LI 2462 is not one that is going to take us to that path of sustainability when it comes to mining. And that is why, even though we need mining, we need all the gold, we need the minerals, we need to repeal LI 2462 and usher in a new regulation that make it more stringent, put some limitations on how much of a forest reserve you can even mine, clearly set ourselves boundaries which says which areas are clearly prohibited and which areas we can accommodate, but to a certain level of strict practices of environmental compliance. If we don't do that, we cannot give ourselves the excuse that let's cut down our forest for mining and then replant. It's never possible, and there's no justification to do that.